Good afternoon, Voice of Vashon listeners, and welcome to Shoreline, where our travels take us for the third match of the Vashon Island Pirates Boys Varsity Soccer 2026 campaign. They travel to face the reigning 1A state champions, the UPrep Pumas, I believe it is. But yes, it is. Well, actually, is it? It doesn't say on the roster, but we're going to go with Pumas. Thank you for being with us on KVSH LP. The 101.9 FM Voice of Vashon or voiceofvashon.org. Oscar Lopez, Tony Crudo will be your announcers for today. Tony, your debut live Voice of Vashon out of a commentary booth, guerrilla radio as Jamie would call it. We sit with the proletariat today on the bleachers. We're not at a stadium of any kind, more of a field complex. So parents and players alike will get to hear all the mean things we say about them.
We don't say mean things.
No, we don't say mean things when they can't hear us. We say mean things when they can hear us.
Well, I'll try not to today.
All right. I will. Well, I might. But the third of three of really difficult opening matches for Vashon this opening week. Two 1-1 draws in their first two matches. 1-1 draw to Royal at Montesano High School and a 1-1 draw to the 3A state champions on Tuesday. That was Mercer, who they traveled and shared the riches with. It was a good performance by Vashon, I thought. I was disappointed in the way Mercer went about that game. I thought with the players that they had, they could have done with a little more quick passing in the midfield rather than how direct they were. But as you said earlier, you can maybe chalk that one up to it just being their first game of the season. They haven't figured everything out quite yet. But given the situation that we were in, we were, for all intents and purposes, outgunned in that game based on skill and speed. Our players really stepped up, I thought.
Well, I think there are four components of the game. There's technical skills, which is what you do with the ball. There's tactical skills, which is decision-making. There's the physical part of the game, how strong and fast you are. And then there's the psychological. Are you creative? Are you afraid? Do you play with joy? You think you can win, and you build each other up and have resilience. I think that the other team probably had us beat in the physical part of the game, probably had us beat in the technical side of the game, but psychologically, they ran out of ideas pretty quick, and we had a solid idea. So psychologically, we thought we could win the game, and we did good enough to do that. And I think tactically, I liked our tactics better than theirs. They may have been technically stronger, maybe physically stronger, but tactically, we did what we needed to do. So I was really impressed with the coaching.
Yeah, I mean, the story for that game for me was how solid our back four was. I mean, I ended up giving Felix Cobb-Migeter man of the match. However, that whole back four, as you said earlier, was awesome.
It was hard to decide. I felt bad saying anybody's name because the midfield had to defend, too. They were running around like maniacs, making sure the other defenders were the ones sending the ball in and not the midfield. So they really took a lot of weight off the defense, and then the defense were awesome.
Yeah, so a little bit about our opponents today, UPrep. As we mentioned before, the reigning 1A state champions. Taking a look at their roster here, the ages are kind of all over the place. Like, it's pretty much an even split between all four high school years. UPrep has played 2 games this season, I believe, same as Vashon, both of them being 1-0 wins, so scored the same amount of goals as the Pirates this year. However, they have kept 2 clean sheets, one of them against Kings, very solid side. They've also beat Overlake this year as both teams take the field. There are plenty of question marks about the fitness of different Pirate players. Jeff Nelson geared up during warm-ups in hopes of playing. However, it is August Kampmeyer starting in goal. It's the same back four that has started both games, and that started against Mercer Island. Gavin Keenan, Caden Miller, and the 2 Cobb-Migeters at fullback, Felix and Oscar. Sevi Giller has earned his first start of 2026. He plays next to Quill Tegan Felt Bowman. Isaac Newcomb had some questions about his head to start this match. However, he is in at center attacking midfielder. To the left and right of him are Ivan and Shrestha and Ryland Cannot. And despite University of Washington tryouts being tomorrow and Sunday, Mason Haynes does start for the Pirates. And it will be University Prep who get us underway now in possession with their two center backs. Vashon holding their shape in a sort of mid-block that we saw against Mercer. Nobody pressing straight for the ball, having plenty of time on it, is Kellen Lowe Birdsall, left center back for the Pumas. Now here's their other center back who injects a little bit of pace and then looks to go long, trying to pick out the right winger for University Prep, who will come on to it. That is Cadel Jarrett on the right-hand side, and he is ushered out of bounds by Oscar Cobb-Migeter for a UPrep throw-in.
Well, Vashon is playing a flat four, again inviting the other team to send balls in, and they did. So we'll see if they change eventually when it doesn't work after 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll have a bit more adaptability than Mercer did.
Yeah.
As Gavin Keenan calmly lets the ball roll out for Vashon's first goal kick of the game. Unlike the match against Mercer, August Kampmeyer will take this goal kick short. It finds its way to Ryland Cannot, who is surrounded by two University Prep players, waits for the referee's whistle and gets it. Free kick to come for the Pirates.
So they're the other team, the Pumas? Did you call them the Pumas?
I think so. Well, it doesn't say it on their jersey. It doesn't say it on the roster. I know it's University Prep. I think it's the Pumas.
Okay. We'll say, how about UP? Can we call them UP?
Yeah, UP.
Okay, we'll call UP. UP Prep. Running with a 3 and 4 back line. They're changing back and forth. They're kind of doing the same thing. A little high, giving us space to go into to see if we can arrange something.
Good burst of speed in the midfield by Mason Haynes. Spreads it for Shrestha, his first touch of the game. He gives it to Giller in midfield, who finds Caden Miller. Heavy first touch from him. Tries to make his way upfield and give it to Cannot, but it's found its way to a player in blue. Here comes UPrep looking to capitalize from Miller, the center back, being out of position. However, it is well covered by the Pirate midfield, and University Prep have to check it back to their right center back. That is Max Cook, one of the senior captains for the Pumas.
Both teams seem to be playing a very mature style of game. Possession, good movement off the ball, good field use. They're not playing rec soccer.
Center back Lowe Birdsall. Haynes offering a little more pressure than he did a moment ago, but ball will hang with the UPrep goalkeeper August Reed, another captain for them. Haynes, the only Pirate really in the vicinity and not offering much pressure himself. Now here's Cook. Tries to find a forward pass. Again, Pirates in a strong shape, not giving too much in the way of forward options. And then Cook does go long, again looking for the right winger Jarrett. This time Keenan reads the trajectory of the pass and gets there ahead of anybody else. Finds Oscar Cobb-Migeter, the left back. Good burst of pace from him to get forward. And then find Isaac Newcomb. His return pass was intended for Cobb-Migeter, but picked off in the midfield by UPrep. And now they've spread it on this near side. Poor first touch by Brooks Vernon for the Pumas. Easily won back by Cannot. Now Newcomb into Felix Cobb-Migeter. Finds Giller in midfield. Hasn't been able to make too much of an impression in midfield, Sevy Giller, in the first two games. However, those were two very fast, very physical teams. You can already tell from the off here that he will be allowed more time on the ball to get creative in this match, as now Tegenfeld Bowman has the ball at the corner of the 18 of UPrep. Burst towards the byline, looks to get it across. That one takes a deflection and gets easily into the arms of the goalkeeper. However, there wasn't really anybody making a run, even if Tegenfeld Bowman's cross did make it in. In this fixture last year, Vashon hosted. It ended up being a 2-2 draw between the two sides. Quill Tegenfeld Bowman earned himself man of the match with a very good performance and the equalizing goal right around the 70th minute, I believe. And now here is Lowe Birdsall, the center back, pressed from behind by Haynes. And Lowe Birdsall's given it away, but tracking back excellently was Will Lenve, who checks back to his goalkeeper, and he in turn will go long. A couple of headers between Miller and Keenan as Miller goes to Giller. His pass intended for Cannot, only finds the left back, Preston Guy. Now in midfield is Lenve. Errant pass from him, and Shrestha will come onto it. Good first-time flick into Tegenfeld Bowman, who now has a little bit of time to pick out Newcomb, surrounded by three. Newcomb does a sensible thing, touches it into space, gives it to Shrestha, abides the overlapping run from Cobb-Migeter, who is in the box, tried to flick it in the direction of Haynes. He does get there, goes down, nothing doing. UPrep get their lines cleared. Not once, but twice. This one will take a bounce before falling to Caden Miller. Nobody in blue near him. He'll have plenty of time to pick up his head and allow Vashon to check back into their shape. Here's Gavin Keenan right around the halfway line, now over the halfway line, gives it to Tegenfeld-Bowman. A lot of room to work with here for Quill. Forward towards Mason Haynes. That's taken off of his foot, and UPrep will go back to their goalkeeper. You can see the majority of possession is happening in UPrep's half of the pitch for both teams.
Yeah, Vashon's done a great job of closing them in, making University Prep think that they're having choices, but they aren't really having any choices. They can either drive it long or take a chance and get it taken from them.
Jarrett now for UPrep trying to force his way through. He had taken the ball off of Oscar Kopmeigeter, who recovered well. Vashon win it back. This time in their own half. Shrestha gives it to Miller. Now Keenan. Neither team showing much of a high press when the opposing team has it with their back line. Now on the near side is Felix Kopmeigeter trying to send one in for Haynes, who will get there ahead of Low Birdsall. Haynes trying to turn on the Jets, but that is excellent defending by Kellen Low Birdsall, and he will win a free kick for University Prep. An arm on the shoulder by Mason Haynes, who could not get past the sophomore center back for UPrep.
He looked quick.
Yeah.
It looked very quick. You know, both teams are playing the same game. They're playing three back when they're attacking, and when they're being pressured in defense, they've got everybody back.
Yeah, I mean, and that's relatively expected. You know, both of these teams tend to adopt that Western Washington possession style. One that we definitely didn't see from Royal and you know, didn't see as much from Mercer, despite what you would expect.
They looked like they were going to do it before the game, but once the game started, they just wanted to score goals.
Yeah.
They didn't really care about that whole possession thing for very long.
Took a header off a long throw to beat Kampmeyer in goal, as in the last game, as Connaught takes a drop at the shoulder, trying to make his way past Guy at left back, who does well to win it back for UPrep until it is promptly taken back by the Pirates. Now here's Miller, gives it to Giller in a tough area. We'll see what Sevi Giller can do under pressure. Turns the corner really well to find Connaught, but he is in a spot of bother himself on the near touchline. Gets away from one but not the second, but it falls to Giller again. He also gets away from one but not the second, but stepping in is Isaac Newcomb. Neither team getting much of possession here. Now it's with Low Birdsall. Good first touch to escape Newcomb. He finds in the midfield Brooks Vernon, who has it taken off his foot by Connaught. And now finally one of the teams can get away with the ball. It's the Pirates. Tegenfeld-Bowman in space, gives it to Shrestha. I think he waited a little too long to do that. Shrestha now has to go back to Oscar Kopmeigeter. He goes forward. That's a good ball into Isaac Newcomb. Edge of the 18, shimmies and has an effort on goal. That one goes high and wide. Newcomb wants a corner, won't get it. The first effort for either team so far, and it comes, we don't know how many minutes into the match because there isn't a scoreboard.
No, there isn't a scoreboard. I did not remember to do this.
You know what? I'll tell you what. We have tried so many times when we're in a stadium that doesn't, or on a field that doesn't have a scoreboard, we always say we're going to do our own clock, and we never do. We always forget.
Well, I can guess.
So that's just
guess.
just you being part of the Voice of Vashon family now. As UPrep has found a nice ball down the left-hand side to their center forward, Brody Eintracht. Held up well by Felix Kopmeigeter. Stellar game against Mercer a couple days prior. Eintracht couldn't pick out a pass, and it's won back by the Pirates. Now here's Tegenfeld-Bowman. Held up momentarily by Lendve. Well, Tegenfeld-Bowman goes back to Keenan, and he will very slowly mosey his way up the pitch with the ball. So finally the pressure came from Jarrett. Keenan gives it to Kopmeigeter, who, as he has done a lot this season, inverts from his left fullback position, then gives it wide to Yvonne and Shrestha, draws a good tackle out of the right back for UPrep. They can look to escape, but nobody in that vicinity in blue. Here's Keenan again. Pirates trying to suffocate UPrep in their own half. Keenan goes down the left-hand side for Shrestha, who gets a decent cross in towards the near post, but in the end it's only catching practice for Reed in goal.
It's a good game. It's a really good game. Vashon looks better than they've looked so far. This is the third game of the season, and it looks like a team getting ready to play well.
Mm-hmm. And this is where they want to be as a team. This is if they could draw up a game environment for a tough game, it would look like this. It wouldn't look like the Royal or the Mercer game.
No. Well, they've got the Pumas, basically just clearing it out continually. They do a few passes around the back to make themselves feel good, but the truth is, the only time they're on the other side is when they're sending it.
Ball now with Miller. Under pressure from Guy on the near side. Finds Connaught. Well done by Ryland Cannot to find Giller in space. Now Tegenfeld-Bowman. Been at the middle of everything Vashon do going forward, at least in the center of the park. That's a good ball down the left-hand side. It's Caden Miller, of all people, inside the 18-yard box. He goes across. Good turn by Hayes, who goes down under contact. I think he went down a bit soft. Referee concurs. It ends up in the arms of Reed in goal.
Yeah, he was trying to draw a foul, and it wasn't foul. He just kind of fell.
I mean, how did Caden Miller end up all the way there?
You know, total football.
Yeah. Sent long by UPrep. That's a good ball towards the back post, and it calls Kampmeyer into action for the first time. He's off his line and grabs it just as it enters his 18-yard box.
That was a very nice play, actually, by both teams. Kampmeyer did a great job of coming out, and their player was right there, a foot away.
This might be the first time I've ever seen this. The JV and varsity games are happening at the same time. As Shrestha's outletted down the left-hand side by Tegenfeld-Bowman. Goes in first time with a cross that is behind Haynes. He's able to bring it down on his chest. Good opportunity for Newcomb to shoot. Didn't get his first touch out of his feet the way he would want to, and that allows the defensive midfielder to close down the space and put in a tackle. Ball's now back on the near side, halfway line with Felix Kodmeigeter. Now Giller, first time wide for Cannot. Back to Kodmeigeter again, and now Miller. And that venture forward by Caden Miller that created really Vashon's best chance of the game, that's what head coach John Thomas wants to do with his center backs. I mean, they're both really good on the ball, especially Caden Miller. I mean, Gavin Keenan, he wants to get forward because he's got such a powerful left foot. He can really hit him from range or send a cross-field pass, but Miller's so technical and intricate. He's almost like a midfielder moved back into center back with good defensive awareness.
Well, good teams move as the play moves, as the spaces open up. Players should be not afraid to attack spaces. If you're a center back and the space opens, go. I mean, people cover for you. You're not going to be blamed if something happens behind you because that's the other people's job to cover for you.
We got two substitutions for Vashon. Mason Haynes and Ivana Shrestha replaced by Finn Holloway and Lewis Thompson, who before the game I was told would be out. Must have felt really good in warm-ups because he is good to go. Obviously came down with that bad head injury against Mercer. That took him out for the rest of the game. But Thompson is in at striker for Vashon.
Yeah.
Holloway occupying his usual left winger role. He has not been able to get going in either of the previous matches. However, for a freshman, those are some pretty bad match environments. I imagine this will be the game that John Thomas will look to get Holloway to get his feet under him, so to say, as Caden Miller forced into a clearance. Seems like the first time that's happened for Vashon. It'll bounce all the way to Reed in goal. And a factor that is worth considering is it is a windy day today.
Yeah. Well, we said this last year when we talked about it. Vashon has in the past been a little dogmatic to their own detriment on some of their tactical decisions. And it looks to me like if you have to clear it out, you just clear it out now. Nobody is saying, well, that's not good soccer. They're just saying that's safe soccer. So let's go with that. We're on the stands. Oh, it's loud.
Yeah, no, I think I knocked something here. Thank you. That should be better. Sorry about that. I inadvertently stepped on a cord while reaching down for my water bottle. Good news is, those listening, you didn't miss anything. Ball now with Gavin Keenan just behind the center circle inside Pirates' half of the pitch.
It sure feels like Vashon is going to score here.
They've been the better of the two teams. What are we, 15, 20 minutes in?
15 minutes in, and we've had two decent crosses, two opportunities. We just haven't taken the shot. I think we had a chance with Newcomb, who probably could have fired that ball first time when it was laid back from Haynes. Instead, he decided to take a chop.
Oh, that's a good leave by Cannot. Maybe a bit too good. Holloway wasn't quite ready for it, and Cook will shield it out for a goal kick for UPrep.
So Newcomb's out. Newcomb's out on the field, and Haynes is out.
Yeah, Mason Haynes, obviously he's got that ankle injury that he's been dealing with for a while, but I think also University of Washington tryouts are this weekend, and those will certainly be on his mind.
Yeah.
But what I heard from him before the match was he will play 2/3 of the game. However, I also heard that Lewis Thompson was going to be out, so I don't know what to trust.
Maybe they're keeping secrets because you'll put him on the radio.
What, do you think the coach is listening?
Maybe.
I mean, to be fair, I asked him for a roster before the game. This is the first coach that ever said, yeah, I'll give you a roster, but you have to give me a roster of the Pirates first.
Oh, really?
I thought he was joking, but he was serious. He was worried I was going to spill their secrets.
Oh.
I don't know how many secrets you could spill with a roster just other than the ages.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of all you can get. Now, Connaught inside the center circle, halfway line, tries to kick it forward into Newcomb. That'll be a foul on Isaac Newcomb. Free kick to come for UPrep. Should be taken quick and short into the left back, Preston Guy. He goes forward for Vernon. Poor pass by him, easily won by Giller in the midfield. He found Thompson, tried to play it first time into Newcomb, just overhit it. And now it's back with Max Cook, the right center back, who again looks to go long down the right-hand side. That's clearly something they've drawn up, trying to pick out Jarrett, the right winger. This time just overhit and out for a Vashon throw-in.
I don't think they've drawn it up. I think when they're lifting their heads, they're looking at a midfield that's Vashon's just buzzing. They're everywhere, it seems like. They don't feel comfortable losing the ball in the midfield, and they look at that giant space behind Vashon, and you're just thinking to themselves, well, that's a safe bet, and maybe something will happen. It is a safe bet, but you keep giving the ball back to Vashon, who is much stronger on the ball today.
Mm-hmm. And you know, that's a position that our center backs and fullbacks are perfectly comfortable defending.
Oh, yeah. They love it. I mean, you can see they love it. I mean, they're almost begging them to send those balls over.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, as a defender, sometimes you're looking at your options, and you're thinking, you know, it's far away from me and closer to their goal. Maybe it'll work out. But if you do that for 90 minutes, you know, eventually you kind of go, you know, that's working.
UPrep will make their first subs of the game, 2-on-2 off, as Vashon will have a throw-in, far side of the pitch, deep in their own half. Goes to Keenan from Cobb-Migater. Under pressure, Gavin Keenan will have to go long in the direction of Thompson. Easy header won by Cook. Second ball picked up by Holloway only for a moment. And the last touch did come off of Finn Holloway, so UPrep will have a throw on the far side. For those of you just joining, thank you for being with us on KVSH LP 101.9 FM Voice of Vashon or voiceofvashon.org. Zeros between the Vashon Island Pirates and the reigning 1A state champions, the University Prep Pumas, as UPrep will try to get something going down the right-hand side. So they ran into Oscar Cobb-Migater, who defended that very well. That's a smart turn on the ball from Finn Holloway. Goes forward into Thompson with a man on his back. Has it taken off of him and out for a Vashon throw. Thank you to Vashon Thriftway for underwriting all things Vashon Sports, by the way. And thank you to Finnegan Bowles back in the studio making everything run. And again, here come UPrep down the right-hand side. Jarrett away from Cobb-Migater has an opportunity to cross it toward the top of the 18. That was not his best cross. Easily won by Tegenfeld-Foman. Now Vashon can look to counter. It's Oscar Cobb-Migater down the left-hand side, but he decides to slow it up instead. Gives it to Tegenfeld-Foman in the midfield. Good turn from him to escape the pressure. He finds Giller. A little bit of pressure from behind on Sevi Giller, but he calmly distributes into Cobb-Migater. Tried to hit it first time into Connaught. Couldn't do so. Lost out, but the Pirates have quickly won back with Isaac Newcomb, who tried to spring the run of Ryland Connaught. That one was cut out by the center back of UPrep. Won in the midfield by Oscar Cobb-Migater, and then Tegenfeld-Foman loses it under his feet a little bit, but the ball's now on the far side with Finn Holloway showing some of his skills, a couple of shoulder feints to try and escape pressure. He goes down and wins a free kick for Vashon. Well done by Finn Holloway.
Very nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of a pinball going on right now in the midfield. Neither team's able to get enough control of it to do what they want to do. They're pressuring anytime anybody gets the ball again.
So the positive about the way UPrep has set up and the way they play is it gives Vashon more time to work things on the ball. The downside is that it could lead to a bit more leniency in a way that the other two games certainly wouldn't. In both of those games, you have to be on your toes every second you're on the pitch. This game, players have been walking with the ball. Nobody's really pressing. It's been a slower-paced match.
Yeah.
Ball played in by Connaught towards the near post. Header won by UPrep. Second effort taken by Thompson. That one was a bit tame from the edge of the 18-yard box. Still not cleared by the Pumas. Keenan trying to force his way through. Then UPrep do get it away. It falls to Giller, the lone Pirate, hanging back at the halfway line. He goes wide for Felix Cobb-Migater. Down the line into Miller. Flicks it back for Cobb-Migater. Good play by the Pirates on the near side. Cobb-Migater, not really sure what his idea was there, is able to at least maintain possession. Goes back to Giller. Now here's Tegenfeld-Foman. Good pass toward the far side to pick out Finn Holloway. Plays it first time back into Isaac Newcomb, edge of the 18-yard box. Leaves it for Tegenfeld-Foman. Tries to flick it on to the 18-yard box. He wanted cannot. That one again is cleared by UPrep. Kopmager with plenty of time to step up and send a cross, and he slipped while taking it, which allowed the delivery to be cleared by the Pumas. Now here's Giller back to Keenan, and UPrep, I think, will be wiping their foreheads a bit, seeing as they got away with the Pirates' attack there.
Well, it certainly appears the other team's not putting the pressure on our midfield until they get within 35 yards of the goal, which is different from the first two games. You know, we couldn't get anywhere near the halfway line until bodies were coming at us full speed. And we're taking these opportunities really well. We look really good, to be honest.
Pirates bringing their highest press so far, and it almost got to the goalkeeper, Reed, who had Thompson and Cannot bearing down on him. Needed to get it away and does so. Won the midfield by Tegenfeld-Foman. He's had a good game so far, as he did last year against UPrep. Now Holloway, great turn to completely take one of the UPrep defenders out of the game. Gets a bit lucky with the second pass, finding Kopmager. Gives it back to Holloway, evades one sliding challenge, but can't keep the ball under his spell. And in the end, he'll go out for a UPrep throw-in on the far side.
Very cute. Well, like I said, this game is a little more mature. It feels relaxed that we didn't see in the first two games. They were frenetic. Everybody was running for everything. A lot of collisions, a lot of fighting. Basically, University Prep is letting us get within 35 yards of the goal. It just passes we'd like. And I think because, once again, they have speed up on that right side, they're just trying to transition. Yeah, hoping they can win it and then quickly send it over the top. Very much Mercer Island.
Throwing on the far side to come for Vashon. By my estimation, we're creeping up on 30 minutes now? 25, 30 minutes?
That's 30.
30.
See, I've got...
Now the referee's blown for something here.
Oh.
Had a quick word with it seemed Finn Holloway.
Yeah, the two of them were, I think, going at each other a little bit.
As the referee now blows for something, and he's going to get he's going to go to the book here. A yellow card to come for somebody, I think on University Prep. I imagine dangerous play was the call there. His foot was a bit high. Was it? I mean, no. I think these were predetermined subs that are coming on here.
Yeah.
Then Kennan comes on to replace Isaac Newcomb. I don't think he was the one who got booked. Someone on UPrep has seen yellow here.
Yeah. I think when Finn did that little pullback and beat the player came back pretty hard. He may have been wanting to show a little bit more toughness against the Knight Rider.
Well, it'll be a free kick for Vashon all the way on the far side, just a couple feet ahead of the halfway line. Sent in by the left foot of Shrestha. That's a strong ball into the box, and it took a good bit of defending from UPrep to get it clear. Kopmager will come onto it, but I imagine he'll let it roll. Yes, he will. It'll be a throw-in right at the corner for Vashon.
They have all 11 players in the penalty area, by the way. There's nobody playing up at all. So 11 players in the penalty box.
Now we've got Gavin Keenan stepping up, trying to get a long throw and hurl towards the near post. Tegenfeld-Foman flicks it onto the back post. Crucial deflection as Miller was going to get there, and then Haynes with the attempted volleyed effort. That one over the bar and out for a goal kick. Mason Haynes has come in. I guess I missed that. He replaced Ryland Cannot. Goal kick taken quickly and then sent long by Cook, but Vashon already back in numbers. And that one rolls out harmlessly for a throw-in on the far side. Taken quickly by the Pirates into Tegenfeld-Foman, turning away from two. Tries to fire one into Shrestha. Not a good decision by Tegenfeld-Foman. Lucky that the first touch from the UPrep player was forward. Allows Giller to retain possession for Vashon. Now Caden Miller into Thompson. Tegenfeld-Foman down the left-hand side for Holloway. Good first touch. Still going Finn Holloway. I think he took a little bit too long on the ball there.
He tried to do that move again to the same guy, and it didn't work.
Thompson, rare error in the middle of the pitch. He gives it away, but the ensuing pass from UPrep is behind the intended target. Now Kopmager near side. Good roll to escape the first. Has Thompson. Decides to go for the more difficult pass into Haynes, which does end up working out. Mason Haynes cutting inside. Gives it back to Lewis Thompson. Surrounded by a few. Thompson had enough space to attempt the strike on goal. Takes a deflection and will not be kept in, or will it? see what the assistant says. No, he's given a corner. So it will be Vashon's first corner of the afternoon, and being on the right-hand side, we will see the left foot of Ivan and Shrestha coming up. His corner deliveries so far this season have been quite strong.
Yes, very good. Okay, now they're leaving one player forward.
I mean, not that far forward, just outside of the 18-yard box.
Outside of the 18. So you kind of have to put somebody a little farther out than that, to be honest.
Well, we'll see.
You're never going to get out.
Yeah. We'll see what Shrestha's got here. That one a little bit overhit by Ivan and Shrestha. Haynes didn't quite read the bounce, but he will retain possession on the far side. Held up and then got it into Tegenfelt-Foman. Across for Thompson. Has Shrestha wide, instead cuts inside, then finds Cobb Meigeter in midfield, who I'm not sure what he was going for there. I think maybe got caught in two minds between a shot and a pass, and it ended up going out for a goal kick.
I think he may have been wanting to pass it out to Shrestha, but Shrestha had run in, and he kind of caught his swing in between and couldn't chop it, so it basically just kind of flew out of bounds. But it was a good effort. It was a great run, and it was a good vision, but I don't think they connected up.
Goal kick taken short by UPrep.
Oh, they've got two players forward now, three players.
Sent long by Cook. One for a moment in the midfield by UPrep. It fell to Tegenfelt-Foman, whose touch was loose, trying to make amends with his shoulder, is Oscar Cobb Meigeter, but that one will go out on the far side for a UPrep throw. Taken quickly by the Pumas into Lendve. Jarrett tries to turn the corner around Cobb Meigeter, runs out of green, and Vashon will have a throw into their own. No score between the Pirates and the Pumas. Vashon facing the 1A state champions here in their third match of the 2026 regular season. Thank you for being with us on KVSH LP 101.9 FM Voice of Vashon or voiceofvashon.org. Ball with Caden Miller. Good first touch to bring it down. Tried to fire it forward into Thompson. It falls to Giller inside the center circle. Now Cobb Meigeter. He's got a lot of space in front of him. Plenty of time to pick out what he wants to do. Tries to feed it forward into Thompson. I think he waited one step too long to play that pass. It allowed Preston Guy to get back in position and intercept. And now UPrep can try to counter down the right-hand side. Good ball across by Rowan Sim. Now the right winger for University Prep trying to force his way past Cobb Meigeter. Goes down. Referee tells him to get up. Cobb Meigeter in possession, cutting inside. Forward towards Tegenfelt-Foman, who lets it roll into Thompson. First time back for Giller. Now wide into Shrestha up against Guy. Shrestha goes down. That should be a free kick, and is. Well done by Ivana Shrestha to read the pressure and win a free kick for Vashon.
Well, University looks like they're throwing more players forward now. They're not trying to pack the box. I think they changed their forward.
I mean, they'll have to make a change because they haven't created any chances. Thompson losing the ball out in the midfield again. He has not had a great outing so far, Lewis Thompson. I think you can maybe blame potential side effects of that head injury for that. But the ball now with Kellen Lowe Birdsall. Now Guy down the left-hand side looking for Will Lendve, who's able to get through a couple. Lendve inside the midfield. Got the wrong side of Felix Cobb Meigeter. And he'll check it back for Hyde in midfield, just ahead of the center circle for University Prep. Now back to their center back, Cook. I'll tell you what, UPrep in possession look a bit like Vashon from last year.
Yes. Well, their defenders are setting the ball, so their midfielders haven't been able to actually do anything yet in the attacking, but they can keep possession. But not as well as Vashon.
Good physicality on the far side by Tegenfelt-Foman to force Rowan Sim off the ball. When a throw in for Vashon, taken by Cobb Meigeter into Keenan. Now Kampmeyer under a little bit of pressure on the near side from Tom Tooth. He gives it back to Keenan. Good control by Gavin Keenan to create space, and then find Tegenfelt-Foman. He gives it to Thompson. First time layoff for Giller, who has been on the ball plenty for Vashon. Forward into Shrestha. Trying to escape Sim. Shrestha at least staying in possession. Sim, though, standing his ground well, and Shrestha eventually has to go all the way back to Kampmeyer. He will spread it for Keenan. Under pressure from Colin McCann. Gavin Keenan being a little bit too lackadaisical on the ball. Is still in possession, Keenan, and eventually has support. Gives it to Miller. Now Lewis Thompson inside the center circle. fakes and then does go down the right-hand side for Shrestha. That's a lovely, incisive pass by Thompson, but now the offside flag is up, and I think that little shoulder fake from Thompson worked on the defenders, but also worked on Shrestha.
Yeah. Well, the defender had stepped forward when he did the shoulder fake. Shrestha had kept running, but it was still close. It was a great play. Very nice.
Substitution on the far side for the Pirates. Holloway, who certainly has had his best spell for Vashon this season, comes off and will be replaced on the left by Isaac Newcomb.
It looks to me like Giller is right there in the middle of the space between the midfielders and the defenders on Vashon and the other team. So he's basically getting every ball in that area. It's got to go through him.
Yeah, he's been really important so far as Haynes brings it down with a lovely first touch. An opportunity to run at the back line for Mason Haynes. UPrep stand their ground well. Haynes checks it wide for Shrestha at the corner of the 18. He looks to arrow one towards the back post. Wanted Newcomb, but the pass was over him and out for a goal kick.
I think it's something like that. Vashon should work on some cutting runs into the penalty area. The back post is good, but again, there was space behind the defender who was covering Shrestha. I have a hard time with names.
Yeah, it was a good. Well, you said earlier it's because of your 6 concussions you've had.
Yeah, it doesn't help. That's one of the things that used to happen in the old days of soccer.
Mm-hmm.
They don't let that happen anymore.
They're more strict about those things.
Well, they care.
Yeah. Ball back with the goalkeeper. Reed is under pressure from Haynes. Just barely gets it off to Low Birdsall, who performs a very nice chip to Guy on the near side. Now here's Sim. Into Guy again, pressed by Newcomb. Guy gets it into Lenve in the midfield. Now trying to turn the corner around Newcomb was Tooth. Ran out of room, and a free kick to come, or excuse me, not a free kick, a throw-in to come for Vashon.
The skills are excellent on both teams. All players are playing really well. We seem to have a little bit better structure and an understanding of where each other are. You know, it could be because we played together since we were little kids.
Mm-hmm. That is a big advantage.
I think so.
Now Cobb Migeter on the ball, cutting inside again. Couldn't connect with Thompson. Picked up by Lendve. Now on the right-hand side, here come UPrep. Ball forward, looking for the run of Colin McCann, but that would have been a tall order as all 4, well, not quite 4, 3 of the Pirate defenders were running with McCann. Ends up in the arms of Kampmeyer, goes forward into Keenan. Now Tegenfeld-Foman. Looking to find Shrestha over the top down the left-hand side. He switched positions with Isaac Newcomb since Newcomb came on. That pass overhit, and it'll be a UPrep throw-in far side, way in their own half. See if Vashon take this as an opportunity to pin them in. Taken down the line, and let's see, did that go in? Yes, it did, according to the referee's assistant, in then and out. So Vashon will have a throw into their own.
It's not a bad idea sometimes just to send the ball into the corner to pin a team in and see if you can pick something off.
Well, last year we saw that in professional football from kickoffs a lot.
Yes. In the older days, they used to play possession. Now they just kick it down to the end and hope for a quick goal.
Yeah.
A mistake or just to pin somebody in.
Mm-hmm. Cobb Migeter again on the near side, has plenty of room. He has been in all kinds of space every time he's gotten the ball here on the near side. Gives it to Newcomb. Inside for Tegenfeld-Foman, who leaves it for Thompson. Pressured from behind by Hyde. Now Keenan wants to go for goal. That one's blocked without much trouble by Eintracht. And Vashon will have a throw-in again on the far side.
You know, when good teams play, the whole idea that somebody's going to run the score up is just not realistic.
No.
We're forcing them to play in their end, and they're doing it. Like I said, there were times when they had 11 players in the penalty area. It's very hard to score a goal through 11 players.
Miller into Thompson. He's got some room to work. Tries to squeeze it through to Haynes. It took a couple of knocks on the way through, and University Prep were able to get it clear. Tegenfeld-Foman then went for goal. He has his shot blocked, and UPrep get it away. UPrep, one of their players trying to encourage the rest of their team to get up, but it's a slow advance for the Pumas. Now the ball is all the way back with their goalkeeper, Reed. Under pressure from Haynes, he'll go long. Meat and drink for Gavin Keenan, Vashon center back. He finds Cobb Migeter with his head. He gives it back to Gavin Keenan. Now again, here's Oscar Cobb Migeter into Giller. Pressed from behind by Tooth. Giller calmly finds Thompson, who's Drops pretty deep as an attacking midfielder, playing more like a central midfielder, but still ahead of Giller and Tegenfeld-Foman. Now here is Sevi Giller trying to find Felix Kopmeiger first time down the right-hand side. Decent ball from Giller. Tooth was able to get back, but the pressure from Kopmeiger forced Tooth to clear it out for a Vashon throw.
Good play. Good play by both. Both teams are doing the best they can given the situation, but Vashon looks much more inevitable here.
Yeah, it does feel like eventually they're going to score, but there hasn't been too many clear opportunities as Kopmeiger's cross is overhit. That one will roll out for a UPrep throwing on the far side. Like, if you think about it, we've had so much possession, we've gotten the ball forward, but how many clear-cut chances have we had? None, really.
None, but it's very hard when everybody's loaded back, and this team is a very good defensive team. There's no question. They know what they're doing.
There's a reason they've kept 2 clean sheets in their 2 games so far.
Yeah. And they're probably comfortable 0-0 right now.
Yeah.
They're not, they're probably not as panicked as we would like them to be.
Mm-hmm. They're in possession in the midfield. It's Hyde. Excuse me, that was Sim. Now checking in is Eintracht. Back with Kellen Low-Birdsall, the center back. He goes across for Cook. Ooh. Well, that's a bit of a dangerous pass by Max Cook, and it's pounced upon by Newcomb. Gives it to Giller. Newcomb again, right back to Giller, who will line one up, and that one easy for Reed in goal, but it is an effort on target, and Sevi Giller's effort earns appreciation from the traveling Pirate fans.
It was a nice strike. When the defender played the ball into the center of the field, even if there was somebody there, it was a dangerous ball.
Mm-hmm.
One mistake, and the ball's coming back.
Tooth tries to outlet McCann with the outside of his foot. Easily read and dealt with by Miller. Goes back to Kampmeyer. Now Keenan. August Kampmeyer has certainly been tested the least in goal of the 3 games, only having to make one real contribution, stepping off his line and playing that sweeper-keeper role so well. As Haynes, lovely first-time pass into Thompson. Now he's into Newcomb, but that is a lovely sliding tackle by Max Cook to touch the ball away from Newcomb and into the arms of Reed, and a potentially goal-saving tackle because Newcomb was in.
Oh, that was a goal. It was a great save. He took a chance. You slide when you leave your feet in the penalty area, most times good things don't happen.
Yeah.
But in that case, something did.
Well, when you see a UPrep center back make a good play, it's hard not to think about University Prep alum Jackson Reagan, now practicing his craft at the Seattle Sounders. Now here's Gavin Keenan. Don't think any Vashon alums have quite gotten to that level, but you never know.
Maybe this group.
Yeah. And maybe this man, Mason Haynes, near side. Cuts away from Preston Guy's got a couple runners in front of him. Wanted Isaac Newcomb. Well, he ain't getting into the MLS with a pass like that. Goes all the way through to Reed.
Well, the idea was good, but nobody was running.
Yeah.
I think Newcomb was showing for the ball, and Haynes wanted to put a through ball.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has to be, when you're in that tight space with those bodies, people have to be on the page.
Now here's Tegenfeld-Foman. Kopmeiger has moved seemingly into midfield here. He's been inverting so much. But now it looks like Shrestha's covering for him at left back at least.
Mm-hmm.
Kopmeiger at the moment playing ahead of Ivan and Shrestha on the left-hand side. And he's won it for Vashon. He goes back. Here is Ivan and Shrestha into Giller, who again has all kinds of room in the midfield. Sevi Giller moving from left to right. That pass, though, under hit from Giller, but he makes amends, winning it back off of Preston Guy. Gives it to Felix Kopmeiger. Under pressure from Guy. Good strength by Kopmeiger. Then he goes down, late challenge by Guy. Referee blew his whistle, but people are playing on. I think in the wind, they didn't quite hear it. In the end, it goes out for a goal kick. The referee probably should bring this back for the free kick.
I think he's going to talk to the
looks
player.
like, yeah, he is going to talk to Preston Guy, essentially saying you can't come in late like that. Next time it's going to be a yellow.
Yeah. Well, we had a real good opportunity. I agree with the referee not to have called that.
No, I agree. But the thing is, I don't think he played advantage. I actually think he blew his whistle, but nobody heard it.
Oh, really?
And then he just realized, well, I might as well just play advantage.
So if a tree falls in the woods, type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah. Well, somebody heard it.
Yeah.
Now Lendve hangs onto the ball too long in the midfield. Has it taken off of him by Thompson. Giller, though, can't control it. But Thompson's won it right back.
Nicely.
Good move by Lewis Thompson. Tried to feed it through to Haynes. That was a bit of a lackluster pass by Thompson. Haynes wasn't really in the right point of his run.
Yep.
A bit early. That's a bad pass by you.
It wasn't. He didn't plan on that.
No. It ends up finding its way to a blue shirt. Now with the center forward, Sim. Or he isn't the center forward. He's just occupying that space for now. Now on the near side is Guy. Finally, some space to work with Guy. Lovely Travella pass is found. McCann inside the box. Across comes Caden Miller to deal with it. And UPrep have their first corner of the game near the halftime whistle. I mean, he's been trying that outside of the foot Travella pass a couple times now. This time it came off.
Yeah. Well, and Vashon was playing flat, so it wasn't a bad idea. It's just that Miller's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
He got in there. Miller ended up sending it out for a corner, but he didn't have to. He could have put it out to the side.
Well, we'll see how UPrep go about this. They're the shorter of the two teams for sure.
Well, a lot of corners is just who wants it.
It'll be an in-swinger from the right foot on the near side for UPrep. Lofted in towards the back, but it's not a bad ball. Rising up to meet it was Mason Haynes. And that's all she wrote for the first half. Referee has seen enough. 40 minutes gone, zeros between UPrep and Vashon. Definitely a slower match compared to the other two, but as you say, Tony, maybe a bit more mature from these two sides.
It feels like more of a professional game. I know that sounds odd because, Mercer is the state champion at Royals, got some tremendous players, but it felt very immature. Players were pushing things that weren't going to happen. Here, it's almost as if Vashon knows when they can get the ball, and they set up for it. And the other team does the same thing. They drop back when they need to drop back, and they are quite happy to do that sometimes. They don't look scared about it, that's for sure.
Well, about 10 minutes for halftime. We'll send it back to Finnegan Bowles back in the studio, and we'll see you for the second half.
Great.
I wanna rob trains, gonna ride my pony like Jesse James, gonna make a lot of money, gonna get a lot of fame. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. Well, I've seen him rob trains on the TV shows, and I heard all about it from people who know. Said he robbed from the rich, gave to himself, got a lot of fresh air, that's good for your health. Gonna shoot my gun and make the girls scream. Everybody'll say I'm ornery and mean. I won't have to wash behind my ears. I'll think about maybe once a year. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains, gonna ride my pony like Jesse James, gonna make a lot of money, gonna get a lot of fame. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. I wanna rob trains, gonna ride my pony like Jesse James, gonna make a lot of money, gonna get a lot of fame. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. Gonna live in the desert, ride in the west. Other outlaws will know I'm the best. Save all my money, save all my gold. Well, I can buy a train of my own. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains, gonna ride my pony like Jesse James, gonna make a lot of money, gonna get a lot of fame. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. I wanna rob trains. I wanna rob trains. And I heard all about it from people who know. Said he robbed from the rich, gave to himself, got a lot of fresh air, that's good for your health. Gonna shoot my gun and make the girls scream. Everybody'll say I'm ornery and mean. I won't have to wash behind my ears. I'll think about maybe once a year. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains, gonna ride my pony like Jesse James, gonna make a lot of money, gonna get a lot of fame. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. I wanna rob trains, gonna ride my pony like Jesse James, gonna make a lot of money, gonna get a lot of fame. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. Gonna live in the desert, ride in the west. Other outlaws that know I'm the best. Save all my money, save all my gold. Like to buy a train of my own. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. Gonna ride my pony like Jesse James. Gonna make a lot of money, gonna get a lot of fame. When I grow up, I wanna rob trains. I wanna rob trains. I wanna rob trains. Detroit City in the fall of 71. Her color was gold in those days. Now she's a faded brown. While the boys that ride in earnings would wonder along the heart why she kept on running, why she wasn't in the junkyard. On a highway she'd run shaky, but she always brought me back. On a dirt road going 80, she could run like a Cadillac. Well, times were tough in those days, things were pretty bad. I swear that old car of mine was the best friend that I had. She was $100 junker, and she burned a little oil. A lonely man driving that car would swear she had a soul. On a highway she'd run shaky, but she always brought me back. On a dirt road going 80, she could run like a Cadillac. Into Saskatoon, it was 35 below. My gas tank said empty, and I had 14 miles to go. With my hand upon the dashboard, I said a little prayer. I turned on the radio, and the old car took me there. On a highway she'd run shaky, but she always brought me back. On a dirt road going 80, she'd run like a Cadillac. Full of pleasure and life is full of pain. I sold that car to a friend of mine, but I bought her back again. Now she sits in my backyard with her tires going flat. Faith and perseverance, she's a monument to that. On a highway she'd run shaky, but she always brought me back. On a dirt road going 80, she could run like a Cadillac. Well, you've been messing with every friend I have. You keep me guessing, you make me feel so bad. Oh, but that's alright by me. You're always talking all around the town. You're always walking, you got to put me down. Oh, but that's alright by me. It's alright, pretty baby, 'cause I'll say goodbye. Even better if I can make you cry. Alright by me, and I'm telling you so. Alright by me if you should fall in a hole, 'cause you've been stepping each and every night. Nah, you ain't regretting, and what you do ain't right. Oh, but that's alright by me. Oh, baby, that's all right.
Welcome back, Voice of Vashon listeners, to Shoreline Center Park Field B, something like that. We're up in Shoreline. We're getting ready for the second half of the Vashon Pirates against University Prep Pumas, boys varsity soccer. Zeros on the scoreboard between the two sides after 40. Vashon certainly with a lion's share of dangerous possession. Most of the play was happening in the UPrep half of the field. But as far as clear-cut chances, the sides are pretty even. I mean, nothing really getting going for Vashon. They had a couple of half-hearted efforts from outside the box. And I think one shot from Sevi Giller made it through, but it was pretty easy for the goalkeeper. UPrep will certainly be happy at least with how they're defending the middle of the pitch, if not how they're getting forward.
Well, I think Vashon wants Isaac has worked very hard to try and get a shot. Mason Haynes has worked very hard to get a shot. I mean, they're swinging and they're taking strikes on the ball, but it's being blocked because there's a lot of guys back there. But they are trying. They're not afraid to shoot. I think a little bit of luck, maybe a little quicker passing around the goal area, they might get that shot. And I think if they get it, they'll score.
Well, Vashon come back out onto the pitch. Kampmeyer still in net. And seems like they're only coming on with 10 here. They're missing their last player. They need one more. Yeah. Vashon need to send out one more player. And it will be Ryland Knott. So a couple interesting changes for Vashon here. Isaac Newcomb starting at right back. That's interesting. I mean, I think if anybody heard our show, they'll know my feelings about that. Vashon need a goal, and you're putting Isaac Newcomb at right back. I'm not sure. Hopefully, I get proven wrong. Two other changes. Both Holloways are in for the second half, Finn and Colt. And in both of our opinions, me and Tony, the two best players so far for the Pirates in this match, Sevi Giller and Quill Tegenfeld-Bowman, are staying in midfield. You know, now that I think about it, did Finn Cannon even make the trip?
No,
I didn't see him. I guess, yeah. That's something we forgot to mention. I didn't mention it because he wasn't even here. He's not here.
Yeah, I noticed. That's why I was, when I was looking out there, you kept saying Keenan, and I'm thinking, is that Finn?
No, it's Gavin.
Yeah, he hasn't been out there. Yeah, they're so deep. The truth is, and they all play really well. It's kind of, I think you would notice on some teams if one of the better players, he's going to give it to
Want a handball on the near side. Won't necessarily get it. Down the right-hand side, ball played by UPrep. Looking for Cadel Jarrett, who seems to be their focal point going forward. Won by Keenan, and now Tegenfeld-Bowman into Miller. Now Newcomb at the right-back position. Bursting forward is Isaac Newcomb. He's away from one, cutting inside, feeding it forward, looking for Thompson. It was a good try, cut out by Kellen Lowe Birdsall, sophomore center back for the Pumas, who had a very good first half. Tegenfeld-Bowman again for Vashon inside the center circle. Goes back to Keenan. Plenty of time on the ball. Gets forward into Giller, who turns and fires one into Knott. That is hard to control for Ryland Knott. Couldn't quite do so.
They
UPrep clear their lines. And Preston Guy has moved away from left back. He's pushed all the way up to press Caden Miller, who gets away from the press and finds Newcomb on the far side. Running forward from right back. Isaac Newcomb leaves it for Knott. Nice nutmeg by him to escape the first defender. Cutting inside is Ryland Knott. Good physicality from him to shield the ball. He finds Tegenfeld-Bowman. That's a great play by Ryland Knott. Tegenfeld-Bowman back to Keenan. Meandering his way up for Vashon. Into Tegenfeld-Bowman. Turns. Has a strike. That one's deflected. It falls to the head of Colt Holloway. But then off of his line is the goalkeeper, August Reed. So two Augusts
that's
in
goal.
Kampmeyer and Reed. Long ball sent down the right-hand side for Cadel Jarrett, who is 1v3 here, but he is inside the 18-yard box. He will go for goal with the shot on target. Easy save for Kampmeyer, rolling to his left, but now that is a shot on target for University Prep.
It is. It was interesting. I think Oscar thought the ball played short, went forward. They just whacked it over the top.
Yeah.
I guess that play does work. But I think the first touch by the player wasn't
the best.
No, he
could have touched it inside a bit more.
Yeah.
Now here's Keenan. Center circle forward for Tegenfeld-Bowman. Cuts inside. Has a couple of runners. Goes square to Thompson. Tried to feed it forward into Knott. Under hit from Thompson. And now UPrep can look to get out down the left-hand side. Sent forward looking for the run of Max Cook all the way from center back. It's picked up by the Pirates. Now Connaught down the right-hand side looking to find Colt Holloway, who gets on his bike and gets there. Corner of the 18, gets back to Connaught. Couple of shimmies. Rylan Connaught forced wide by University Prep. Needs some help here. Doesn't have too much. Gets it back to Holloway. He spent too long on the ball and couldn't get it to Giller. Now UPrep can look to counter. However, nobody really far forward for the Pumas. Makes it easy for Caden Miller to win possession back and goes all the way to Kampmeyer.
It looks to me like University Prep has decided to go with 2 wide speed demons.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2 fastest guys on their team appear to be playing the 2 wings.
Now here's Oscar Cobb-Meigeter, hung onto the ball too long, didn't read the pressure from behind. Tegan Foman has to come across and cover for him, which he does well, getting there ahead of Logan Smith, the right back for University Prep. Now Keenan switches it over to Newcomb, who touches it back into his own face. It ends up working out. Newcomb in possession now, advancing forward from right back, gets it into Colt Holloway, who didn't quite read the pressure of Will Ledvay, and also Colt Holloway. UPrep have a throw-in.
Yeah, look at that. The 2 highest players they've got are the speed demons.
Yeah, Guy and Jarrett up top. And look at how high our center backs are.
I know.
Guy can just hang on. Why is he not just hanging on the halfway line? Yeah, here's Jarrett. Cobb-Meigeter eventually.
Here it goes.
Comes back, 18 on 18. Through a ball attempted. I think he wasn't quite looking for Jarrett. It was more Eintracht who he wanted.
I would have hit a straight ball down the middle of the field and had him go in like you were saying.
Right.
You can see a plan. You can see what they're thinking.
Yeah. Cobb-Meigeter given plenty of time to push forward from left back. His pass, though, off the mark, won by Guy. Cobb-Meigeter picked it right back up in the midfield. Seems like that's how the flow of possession has gone for the Pirates. A lot of times they'll get it in the midfield, can't quite figure out their pass in the final third. They'll lose it, and then they'll be sharp enough to win it right back as Newcomb tries to curl one in towards the near post. He wanted Connaught. Good defense by Kellen Lowe Birdsall. He gets it away for a Vashon throw.
Their defense is very good.
Yeah, it's clear that these are 2 very strong defensive teams that need to work a few things out in the final third as UPrep looks to send it long again. That one's nowhere near Preston Guy. And Kampmeyer will come across and maybe take the throw in himself.
I think Preston Guy is gassed.
Yeah.
He's made about 5 runs here, and he already looks tired. This side looks a little bit... What number 18? What number is he again? What name?
Oscar Cobb-Meigeter.
No.
Cadel Jarrett. That's a good ball over the top. Holloway's in for Vashon. Great save by Reed. It was Colt Holloway who got the shot off. He was in a great area of the pitch. It was an excellent ball played by Keenan, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, like over the top, straight down the middle.
Now Giller. Back for Newcomb. Now Keenan. Shields the ball away from Jarrett. Pushing forward is Gavin Keenan. Good control from him, and then he goes wide to Finn Holloway, who was standing in an offside position. And will be a free kick for UPrep. That's one of those things where sometimes offside is on the person playing the pass. Sometimes it's on the winger. That time it was on the winger.
I think so. He should be able to look up and see if he is offside. But, it's a learning thing.
Free kick will be taken by the goalkeeper, Reed. August Reed, that is. Keenan lets it bounce behind him, touching it wide for Oscar Cobb-Meigeter. The only one pressing for UPrep is Jarrett. Cobb-Meigeter goes back to Keenan, and Vashon can now slowly build out of the back again. Got more people in the middle.
Backside.
Yeah, backside. Newcomb's open.
There it is.
Tony and Gavin both seeing that. Isaac Newcomb, his first touch with his head let him down a bit. Kept in the far corner, preventing it from being a corner kick by UPrep. Now here's Guy. Back to Lendvay. He goes forward. And now UPrep can look to attempt the ball forward. Again, easy for Miller. I mean, they're sending balls down the middle, but both of their attackers are starting all the way wide.
Exactly. But we talked about that. Then you tell your outside people to make diagonal runs.
Oh, Keenan hung onto it too long. Jarrett tried to go back first time for Eintracht. Wasted opportunity by Cadel Jarrett. Keenan got caught napping there, and I mean, I said it before, if it's a slower game, sometimes you just end up on your heels a little bit.
Yep.
Now here's Newcomb on the far side for Vashon. He goes down under contact. The ball finds its way to Colt Holloway. It goes back to Giller. Slide now for Oscar Kopp-Meigeter. Tried to flick it into Giller. That one took a lucky deflection for Reed in goal, who claims without much fuss. He rolls it out for Max Cook. Now here's the right back, Smith.
So guys should be cutting in right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He should start. Ooh.
Dangerous pass played by UPrep. It finds its way to Lewis Thompson in midfield. Flicks it for Holloway. Good shield play by him to turn away from Will Lenve. Goes down and wins a free kick in a good area. That's a good play by Cole Holloway.
Yes.
Got the better of Lenve there. And we'll see if Vashon considered this shooting range. This is a soccer-only field, so we don't have the football lines to tell us how far away from the 18-yard box it is, but it looks to be about, what would you say that is, 20 yards away from the 18?
I think this should be a 40-yard free kick, correct?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Lewis Thompson maybe might think to channel his inner Dominic Soboslai.
I don't know, but at least 6'2".
Yeah.
And he's a good goalkeeper.
We'll see. Yeah, Thompson looks to chip one towards the back post. That's a good ball. It went all the way through. Nobody was able to get their head to it. I think Colt Holloway was the closest to it. Yeah, I think a shot from there would have been adventurous, we'll say.
Yeah. And this goalkeeper is very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember him from last year. He was strong.
There's a good
Sent long
ball
by the Pumas. That is a good ball. We'll see if Cato Jarrett has the legs to get there. Unfortunately for him, Oscar Kopp-Meigeter's got some legs too, and one shoulder from him, and Jarrett's out of the play. Kopp-Meigeter with some excellent defending. Number 18 on number 18.
How hard is it as a forward when every defender is faster than your fastest guy?
I mean, but you just got to work something else out then.
I guess.
Thompson, good touch. He's away from pressure and found Newcomb on the right-hand side. I think the switch to right back for Isaac Newcomb. Diving header by Cook. Finds its way to Thompson edge of the 18. Tried to do a bit too much in traffic. That's a poor pass, though, by Lendve, who's not had a very good start to the second half. No. Newcomb gets it wide for Connaught. Tries to flick it in towards Tegenfeld-Foman. That one's easy for Reed and goal. But I think moving Newcomb to basically right back, I mean, he's a right back defensively, but he's all over the place going forward. It's given him a lot more room to operate, I think. As Cook sends it long, again, in the sun, Kopp-Meigeter wins the header well. Tegenfeld-Foman back to Keenan.
So now they've got their speed on one side of the field.
Mm-hmm. What have they done to Jarrett? They've switched him. They switched him across. He saw that foot race with Kopp-Meigeter and said, nope, no, we're switching you.
Yeah.
Now here's Newcomb. Drop of the shoulder trying to pace his way down the right-hand side. Loses it, but then wins it back. Needs some help. Oh, and we got a dog running down the touchline. Hasn't made it onto the pitch yet. Now he's on the pitch. Here's Tegenfeld-Foman. Pressed and forced to go backwards. Will Tegenfeld-Foman finds Sevi Giller.
Now we need to see some runs from the forward.
Yep, here goes Caden Miller. Good first touch by Kopp-Meigeter to escape Smith, but across comes Max Cook, the senior. He goes on the right-hand side for Preston Guy, who's up against Gavin Keenan. Guy, not much of a chance there. Keenan touches it out for a throw and wants a tug on the shirt for the assistant. I think that would be a bit generous, given a foul there.
Yeah.
Throw and taken by Smith into Cook. Pressed by Colt Holloway. Cook goes back to Reed, who will get the pressure from Connaught here. Reed with enough time to at least take one touch and then send it long. Keenan wins the header. Not quite where he'd want it, and then UPrep will look to go over the top. He is offside, I think the assistant knows, but that one rolls all the way to Kampmeyer. Guy wasn't really close to it. No point in putting your flag up there.
Oh, just the linesman just warned Kampmeyer to not carry the ball out of the box.
Yeah.
He was very close.
He was close.
He was very casual with that.
Thompson tried to spread it down the right-hand side for Tegenfeld-Foman. It seems moving Isaac Newcomb into right back has actually opened up a lot of these players for more positional freedom. As Newcomb goes forward into Thompson, not sure what he was trying there. Cleared away by UPrep.
He was trying to flick it with the outside of his foot, spin the opposite direction, have it go past the defender, and pick it up on the other side.
I see. Well, in that case, he was close.
Yeah, it went right to the defender. But he was spinning.
Oh, no, Finn Kennan did make the trip. He just is only now coming on.
Maybe he missed the bus.
Maybe he did. Yeah, well, Finn Kennan is coming on. He replaces, let's see, he replaced one of the midfielders. It looks like both Tegenfeld-Foman and Giller are off, and no, Giller's still on. So Kennan replaces Tegenfeld-Foman, then Haynes comes on and replaces Finn Holloway. That pass overhit and out for a goal kick for the Pirates, or excuse me, goal kick for the Pumas. Take this time to thank Finnegan Bowles back in the studio for making everything happen. Thank you to Vashon Thriftway for underwriting all things Vashon Sports. Thank you for being with us on KVSHLP 101.9 FM, Voice of Vashon, or voiceofvashon.org. Tony, I see you looking at your watch. What's our time?
Our time is 23 minutes in.
We're 23 minutes into the second half already?
Yeah.
Jeez, well.
Time's flying. Uh-oh.
Time's flying.
You know, the problem is the university needs to have
Sure,
their
it's counting down.
Is it counting up or down?
Down.
I had it at 38.
Oh, no. So we're 15 minutes in. I was going to say 23. Now here's Thompson. Just inside the UPrep half of the field. Is being a bit slow on the ball. It certainly has not been his best game, Lewis Thompson. And again, he's giving the ball away for Vashon. Finding in the midfield is Eintracht. Good first touch by Will Lendve, who passed it forward to absolutely nobody. I mean, they have no runners.
Well, they have runners, but the runners keep wanting to run in straight lines along the sideline. They need to make diagonal runs across the field.
Yeah.
They're just leaving giant gaps in the middle. It's not working.
I mean, if Vashon don't have a plan going forward, UPrep really don't have a plan. Well, this might be a plan. Caden Miller down the right-hand side for Newcomb was able to get his cross off, couldn't get the height he wanted, cleared away at the near post before it reached anybody in white. Keenan has a job to win the header in the sun, gets his head to it. Kopmeiger will pick it up on the near side. Now back to Gavin Keenan. For Kopmeiger. Keenan again. And UPrep just completely clamping things down. Vashon, nothing going forward. Kopmeiger picks it back up off of an errant pass from Keenan. Tried to feed it into Kanad, who flicks it in the direction of Haynes. Cook defends well, and now here's Smith. Back to Cook. Under pressure, Cook has to go long, and again, Keenan, this time too low for a header, sends it forward with his thigh. Tony wishing he was the coach for UPrep on the other touchline.
Well, again, when you pull two players wide and leave a giant space in the middle of the field, what you're saying is put the ball in the middle and we'll go in and get it ahead of the other team. That's why you do that. But the outside players aren't running in the middle. They're staying on the outside. Like, I don't know.
They're each on their own island.
I know. It doesn't make any sense. You create space so you can take advantage of it, but they're creating space and they're ignoring it. So I don't guess. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Free kick sent in by the Pumas over everyone, catching practice for Kampmeyer, who, even if we see Nelson back next week, I think everybody will look back very fondly on how August Kampmeyer has played in goal in Jeff Nelson's absence. He has done an excellent job in all three games.
He has. Look at that. What a good distribution.
That's a great ball, and a good touch by Kopmeiger to bring it down on the near side. Now here's Keenan. Cuts inside, trying to get as far away from the radio broadcast as possible. Keenan goes wide for Caden Miller. Gets it into Colt Holloway, who's been good since coming on at halftime.
Very good. It looks to me like Kampmeyer's getting bored. He's pushing on farther and farther.
Keenan chips one towards the back post. He wants Kanad. He's got Kanad. What a goal! Oh, that is excellent. UPrep one offside. They won't get it. And just a beautiful ball by Gavin Keenan, and Kanad finished where Holloway couldn't earlier. 1-0 to Vashon, and that's how they'll get you.
Yeah, that was a wonderful service.
Yeah, I mean, a picture-perfect pass by Gavin Keenan. And a good finish by Ryland Kanad, his first goal of the season. And the first goal scorer for Vashon in 3 games who is not Mason Haynes.
That's good. We're spreading the wealth around. But it was a great serve. It was a great serve. It's a difficult ball to put in there, but those diagonal balls for somebody coming in, they work. So I like that. That was great.
Now the game gets interesting, because what do you do as UPrep?
It felt UPrep had kind of given up a little bit. There was a lot of walking from their attacking players.
Yeah. I mean, the goal, though, again, we were creating more chances in the second half than we were in the first, but even still, a little bit out of nothing. I mean, that's what a long ball will do.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to see that we can score goals like that.
Yes.
In these games where really we are dominating possessions, the team is sort of parking the bus, we can still create chances, and we have other ways of doing that. Last season, we were not scoring that goal.
No. Well, I think we were trying. This, again, we have more chances this game. I think we had the ball more. We had opportunities to be really dangerous. And I feel like we've been dangerous. I mean, I know we haven't had that straight-on shot, but I think we're going to get it.
Tegenfeld foaming under pressure. Good turn to escape that. He seems to have replaced Giller in the last 10 minutes. Now Cobb Migater bursting forward. Vashon can sense something here. He finds Colt Holloway in the box, whose first touch let him down slightly. Off his line is August Reed. And UPrep are going to need to figure things out and figure them out quick, because they got about 15 to 20 minutes to pull it back. 1-0 down. The first goal they've conceded all season.
Yeah. Well, I think we're figuring it out faster than they are.
Yeah.
We look like we unlocked the lock. We know what to do. We're running at them. We're making runs off the ball.
Ball played forward by Logan Smith. He wants two, but again, just too close to the realm of Gavin Keenan, who gives it to Kampmeyer. Gets it right back out to Keenan, who has to go long. Bit of a weird technique on that forward pass by Keenan. It finds its way to Haynes, who couldn't control it, but now here's Thompson on the ball. Wants Cobb Migater to make the run. Good run. Good ball by Thompson. Cobb Migater in down the left-hand side. He had Haynes through. Why didn't he play that ball? Oh, Cobb Migater's made a mess of that.
That's what I'm talking about. The connection between the midfielders and the forwards isn't quite there, but it's been there more recently. That was really an obvious one, right? I mean,
that one. I mean, even I saw that.
That was a gimme. And I think Haynes would have been on goal. I think that would have been a goal.
I think that would have been two as well. Now here's Guy in the midfield for UPrep. Now Sim, back to Guy. They got to get it going here. Tooth looks to be offside, but Kampmeyer's off his line. Slices his clearance, though. It falls to Preston Guy in midfield. Wide now for Smith.
See, somebody should be coming in from the back side right now, right across now.
Ball played towards the back post by Smith. Not the worst ball. Felix Cobb Migater has come on. He and Caden Miller can't really get it clear. Now Miller comes across and gets it away. I mean, if UPrep had more bodies in the box, they could have made more out of that.
Yeah, it's the players.
They're back attacking again. Sorry to interrupt. Ball into the 18. Kampmeyer off his line. Gets there.
If he had served it to the near post, the player was running to the near post. They just didn't communicate. He hit it to the back post, and the guy was having to chase it.
Cobb Migater's got space down this left-hand side. Oscar Cobb Migater is. Let's see if he can make amends for missing. This time he has seen the run of Thompson. At the edge of the 18-yard box, flicks it on. He wanted Holloway, and a last-second clearance by UPrep, and they've given a free kick here. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he did go down, but it didn't seem like the contact from Holloway was very strong.
I don't know. It wasn't offside. So it was good.
But we got a sub here for Vashon, and I think this will be a varsity debut for Marshall Wade, coming in replacing Colt Holloway, who put in a strong shift for Vashon. It's a good performance by both Holloways today. They both looked their best in this match. But it'll be Marshall Wade coming in at center forward, with Connaught on the right, Haynes on the left, Thompson sitting just below them at the 10. Kennan and Tegenfeld Foman are the two sixes, and the back four is Newcomb, Miller, Keenan, and Oscar Cobb Migater. Or no, excuse me, that is not Newcomb, that is Felix Cobb Migater, excuse me. So both Cobb Migaters on the pitch. And here's Finn Kennan on the near side for Oscar Cobb Migater, sitting at left back. Forward into Haynes, underlapping run made by Cobb Migater. Haynes uses that run as a distraction to get forward. Cuts inside, he's away from one. Plays it forward into Wade, who tried to give it back to Haynes. It almost falls away through Wade. Haynes goes down, pushed from behind. Would have been a penalty in different circumstances. I think the referee, seeing the whole picture and realizing that even if Haynes didn't get pushed, the keeper was going to get there. But now here's Thompson down the left-hand side for Vashon. That will be a foul, and a free kick got the better. Oh, no, that wasn't. Oh, no, it is Thompson. Excuse me. He and Wade had the same buzz cut. Thompson going down under the contact from Smith, and Vashon have a free kick just wide of the 18-yard box.
Well, Wade should be on that back post. He's tall out there by several inches. So
him and Keenan will be the targets here.
He's kind of looking back at the coach, and the coach is going, "Go in there, go in there."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Okay, well, I'll go in there." That's exactly where he needs to stand.
Thompson and Haynes, the two standing over it. Now Haynes leaves the area, so it will be Lewis Thompson to take this free kick. Two in the wall for UPrep. Thompson fires one towards the back post. Not a bad ball. It was just behind Marshall Wade. And I think it will go all the way. No, it won't. Kept in by UPrep. Sent forward in the direction of their forward. And Kennan had to get that right and did, but UPrep still going. Here comes Rowan Sim down the right-hand side, pressed by Wade. Sim goes down the right for Tooth. Lewis Thompson in recovery here. And Thompson will get kicked and win Vashon a goal kick. Good defending by Lewis Thompson. Obviously, with the head injury he suffered against Mercer, every time he hits the deck, you worry a little bit.
Yeah. It was a good defensive run, though.
Mm-hmm. Goal kick to come for Vashon. What's our time?
13.
13 to go in the second half. If you're just now joining us, Pirates 1-0 up against the defending 1A state champ University Prep. Goal courtesy of Ryland Cannot, who put it away at the near post from an excellent long-range service by Gavin Keenan, who is now on the ball for Vashon. Keenan down the left for Cobb Migater. Yeah, that pass towards Haynes just under-hit completely, but Cobb Migater's won it back. Here is Oscar Cobb Migater, corner to the 18, cuts inside, will try to curl one towards the back post. Draws a good save out of Reed. I'm not quite sure if that was going in. I mean, Tony, you and I were at the perfect angle. I just think that one was going wide, but it was still a good effort by Cobb Migater and a good save by Reed.
All the photographers behind the goal loved it.
Yeah. That's the Hollywood save from Reed.
That's right. It was a full stretch across to a ball that looked like it was going down.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that's the save Reed should make. It was a decent directed shot by Cobb Migater, but lacked some power.
Well, he was shooting from 23, 24 yards out. Well, that's a lot of travel time.
It'll be a corner for Vashon on the far side, an outswinger from Cannot. He lost one towards the penalty spot. Not a bad ball. Keenan header down just wide of the back post.
Wonderful header. Headed it down on the line. Unfortunately, the line that he hit was outside the goalpost. But it only missed by about a foot.
Yeah. I mean, you know how dangerous he is in those situations. I mean, if Gavin Keenan scored there, he might have just stormed player of the match with a goal and an assist.
Yeah, that's true.
At this present moment, well, we'll save that until after.
It's a tough decision.
Yeah. So Isaac Newcomb's come back in. He's replaced Lewis Thompson. Then Holloway's come in to replace Marshall Wade. So Mason Haynes is back to center forward with Holloway out on the left. Throwing for Vashon, taken by Oscar Cobb Migater into Kennan. Gavin Keenan goes across for Caden Miller, who's got space to run into. They've experimented with him moving forward a little bit in this match. Under pressure, though, from a UPrep player, Caden Miller gives it back to Felix Cobb Migater. Again, UPrep swarming Vashon and will win a throw-in. They've upped the intensity slightly since going down, but we'll see if it's too little too late. Throw-in taken forward by the Pumas. And
this could be dangerous.
Free kick given by the referee. I guess he was calling a little bit of pressure behind by Caden Miller. Not sure I agree with that one, but to be fair, he has called this game relatively tight.
Yeah, it hasn't been a violent game.
No.
It doesn't look anything like the last two games we've had.
Free kick on the far side for UPrep. We'll call that 10, 15 yards away from the corner of the 18. This one will be flicked in. That is a very poor free kick, but Miller's almost assisted them all he has. Catastrophe from the Pirates. Caden Miller with almost a simple header assists Matt Cook, who touches it in for 1-1. Unbelievable.
He was onside, and
Well, he was onside because the defender played it back.
Yeah.
What a moment.
That's unbelievable. It wasn't a very good free kick.
No, I mean,
he kind of dinked it.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this, but set-piece defense for Vashon, an area where they seem to have improved this season, but based on that, they still need some work. Max Cook scores for UPrep, and somehow, some way, this game is tied.
Well, what's going to happen?
Touched forward by Keene, looking to go for the same ball that led to the Cannot goal. Tegenfeld-Foman was lurking at the back post, and it was a relatively crucial header won by the UPrep defender because that was getting through to Tegenfeld-Foman. Now Keenan gets it back to Cobb Migater. Vashon with, what'd you say, 10 minutes?
Well, I've added on the stoppage time, the extra 2 minutes from the ref.
Okay.
So we're looking at,
here 12 minutes to go. UPrep now seem to have rejuvenated slightly over these last 10 minutes. Bursting forward is Jack Hyde. Now on the left is Jarrett. Back for the left back of UPrep, who gets it into Lendvay. Back towards Kellen Lowe Birdsall. Haynes in contention with him, and Mason Haynes will come away with it, unable to control it, but will win the throw-in for Vashon.
Well, the biggest difference I noticed in the second half was UPrep started throwing players forward. They never went with less than 2 players forward.
So Vashon have drawn both their games so far. However, I don't see either of those as dropping points per se. This one, if Vashon don't get the win, it will be the most disappointing draw of the lot, I think.
Yeah.
As Cannon just sends that one skyward. This will be easy for Reed in his own 18-yard box. He rolls it out for Smith, the right back on this near side. Holloway comes across to defend. Smith goes into Sim in the midfield, gives it back to Smith. UPrep finding their feet with only 10 minutes to go, but that's a good tackle by Finn Holloway, and that's a mistake by the referee. I'm sorry.
I thought he did. I thought he caught him. Sorry.
Really? I think he's got that one wrong. I think Holloway's got the ball.
Well, the guy was pulling it back with his right foot, and Holloway took out his left foot. That's why he went down. But
was it with his back foot? Because I swear the foot he came in was he got the ball.
Well, Holloway got the guy's back ankle.
Oh, really?
That's what it looked like.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Sent forward by UPrep. Kopmeigeter will have to deal with this here. Felix Kopmeigeter, he missed it, but the attacker missed it too. And Felix Kopmeigeter pushes it forward. Missed by Kanat. Last touch came off of a Puma. Vashon have the throw in, and they gotta get themselves together here.
I think we can do it. I think we can
do it too. I mean, look, we went down against Royal. That was a tough game. We came back and drew. We got the result we deserved. I think the result we deserve here is a win.
Yeah.
So I would say Vashon would be disappointed not to come away with all 3 points here, if you can call it all 3 points. But you know what I mean.
Yes.
As Keenan goes wide for Oscar Kopmeigeter. Pressure coming from Thomas Chang. Haven't seen much of him in this match.
No.
I think he may have just come on.
Yeah, I think he just did.
Keenan into Miller. Now Haynes dropping real deep to receive the ball. Kennan into Keenan.
There's another long ball.
Keenan again trying to dig it towards the back post. Again, he's found Kanat, who wanted to play it across to Tegenfeld Bowman. Even if that had made it through the defense, that is such a difficult skill to get right. I think he should have just shot.
If he could have, on goal. The other team's going to have to figure out that when Keenan gets the ball out here.
Someone's got to press him. I mean, he got to press him. Here's Keenan again. Now they are pressing him, but it's from behind. Keenan, I think, wanted to go for goal. That one takes a deflection, and Reed, diving to his right, keeps it from going out for a corner.
That was a smart save by him. Because they had touched it. It had been blocked.
Rolls it out to the goal scorer, Cook. Got a bit of a lucky opportunity on goal as Caden Miller completely whiffed a clearance. But now here's Haynes winning it back for Vashon. Little pirouette to escape. Goes for a goal. Not a bad effort, but over the bar. But the referee gives a corner, I think, is where he's indicating. Yep, according to the referee, it took a deflection. So Vashon will have a corner. The ball didn't look like it got deflected.
The defender might have touched it, or weirdly enough, the goalkeeper might have reached up and touched it, even though it was way over the bar. Because the goalkeeper was kind of shaking his head, and I shouldn't have done that.
Well, good opportunity for Vashon to make it 2-1.
We've had an open header that we just missed by about a foot. So we can get these.
Can't quite see who's taking that. Looks like it's Kanat to send it in. Towards the back post, punched away by Reed. That's good goalkeeping.
Good goalkeeping.
And it'll be a ball to Finn Cannon. Wide for Isaac Newcomb, occupying this left back position for the moment. He cuts inside, finds Thompson. Had time to open up his hips, but then just waited way too long on the ball. Now here's Preston Guy recovering his Thompson, who gets in a tackle.
Oh, he's off.
Ball sent forward towards Tom Tooth, who would be offside.
Yeah.
And I think they should put the flag up here. Nope, never mind. Kampmeyer gets across and gives it to Kopmeigeter. Oscar Kopmeigeter, good ball forward towards Haynes. Good physicality by Cook. Haynes at least forcing Cook's clearance to go back to Newcomb, who spreads it wide for Kanat on the far side. First time pass attempting to pick out Caden Miller, who had made a streaking run from center back, but just overhit by Kanat and out for a goal kick.
Vashon's making some great runs right now. They have the time to see it, and they have the time to make the runs.
Yeah, well, if this was the first half, we'd win this game easily.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is it took about 50 minutes to sort of figure it out.
Yeah.
And we didn't rack the score up enough to where if we made a mistake like we did defending the set piece, it wouldn't have mattered because we'd be up 3. So that's the thing. Like you don't have a half to figure it out really in these tough games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of the things you want to get from a game is what you need to do. What you need to work on.
Well, I mean, the result doesn't matter so much, but this is a game where I think morale might dip if they don't get the win.
I agree with that. I think that winning makes you feel good. Everybody likes winning. Even if you don't deserve it, and we deserve it, by the way.
Because here's the difference, right? If we win this game, all of a sudden we've had an excellent start to the season. We're going to go win state. If we lose this game, all of a sudden we haven't won a game yet.
Yeah, there's still time.
Oh, of course. Now here's Kanat down the right-hand side, still going despite a ton of contact.
Here we go.
UPrep eventually come away with it, but it's won back quickly by Kennan. Now Tegenfeld Bowman under pressure. Good control by him, and then a nice back heel to Kennan. He's had an excellent game, Cole Tegenfeld-Foman.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
little preview.
Yes, sorry about that.
No, I mean, it's not really meant to be disruptive. I've said it before. He would be my man of the match for this one. It was between him and Giller, but Giller hasn't played much of the second half.
Yeah.
So it ends up being Tegenfeld-Foman, which is funny because he got it against UPrep last time. Loves playing against this team.
Oh.
Now Newcomb, corner of the 18 near side. Lovely reverse pass into Thompson, who's got space inside the box. Away from one. Thompson across the face of goal. No, it's not. It's blocked and cleared by Kellen Lowe Birdsall. The sophomore has had a great game.
The runs are spectacular.
It's really getting better.
It's so much better. If they can keep learning like this and keep, reading the runs, they are going to win games.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to win a lot of games against a lot of good teams because we can do everything. We can defend, we can pass, we can shoot, and I think we can score. We just got to get those runs going from minute one.
Cobb Migater will line one up from range. That one high and wide and out for a goal kick. I mean, I wouldn't say that was the worst decision in the world. Bit risky as a sophomore going for something like that. You're not the captain, You can't you can't exactly deflect criticism if you miss.
Well, and this goalkeeper hasn't shown that kind of a weakness.
No, that would take something special to score from there.
Yeah. But I'm looking once again at the clock, and
we're getting down to it.
We're getting down. We've got about 3.5 minutes.
Plus stoppage time, right?
That includes the stoppage.
No, that includes the 2 minutes, right?
Yes.
So whatever actual stoppage time the rep adds on, which is normally a minute or two.
You think so?
They often add on a little stoppage. They did last year.
Well, we haven't stopped for anything. Nobody's been injured.
That's true. Well, yeah.
Oh, here's a crossing run.
New Durham wants the chip. Towards the back post, just out of reach of Kanat. He got his toe to it.
Yeah.
What an opportunity. I mean, just a millimeters off.
Yeah, that was a great ball.
Goal kick for UPrep. I mean, you're right. It is now clicking.
Yeah.
Now it's looking good. But the problem is it's 1-1.
Yeah. Well, if you relate it to a basketball game, everybody's running through the tee.
Mm-hmm.
We've got players from every position running through the key, and we just got to serve it in there.
Header forward by Keenan. Won initially by UPrep, but it's landed upon by Kennan. Now Tegenfeld-Foman.
Okay.
Wide for Kanat. Back again towards Tegenfeld-Foman, not Kanat's best pass, and you can see the disappointment of the Pirate players there as that attack fizzled out. And another goal kick for UPrep, who at this point will probably read the writing on the wall and say, let's just play for a draw.
Yeah, the goalkeeper slowing it down, walking it across the penalty area. Probably going to go back to the other side in a second.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad idea.
No, I think a draw, they'll be happy with the draw.
I think so, too.
Header missed by Keenan, but Miller in the right spot to pick it up. Lays it forward for Cobb Migater. Rowan Sim gets there ahead of him, sends it skyward. Keenan will shield this one out for a throw-in. Sent forward by Gavin Keenan into Lewis Thompson. Full time in the JV game. Thompson goes down. Tackle from behind made by Rowan Sim, and Vashon will have a free kick.
Less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is one of the final chances. It's not the final chance of the game. Free kick on the near side, 20 or so yards away from the corner of the 18-yard box. Gavin Keenan's left foot will provide the service. We know he can put a good ball in.
Yeah, he needs to just put it in. There's nothing tricky here.
Yeah,
just drop it right on top of the goalkeeper.
And that's what he's done. Great ball in! Back post! Have they scored? They have! Oh, it's incredible!
No goal.
No goal! What? Did the keeper get it?
I don't know.
I guess the ball didn't go in the back of the net. Huh. From my angle, it looks like it did. Well, sorry for all that excitement for nothing. But now here's Keenan on the ball. That was another great ball.
Fantastic.
I was about to say, there goes Tegenfeld-Foman's man of the match.
Yeah.
So here's Kanat, far side. Game's not done. Wide for Tegenfeld-Foman. Does he have another late goal against UPrep in him? He did last year. Will Tegenfeld-Foman, he's completely surrounded here. He needs some help. He's still battling all the way in the far corner, and he's won a throw-in. I mean, that's a great fight from Tegenfeld-Foman, and now the referee's stopped for something. Maybe a little bit of a game management here by the goalpost issue, because someone smacked into it. How did we not score there?
I think what happened was the ball went through everybody on a little bit of a touch, hit the goalpost, players hit the goalpost, the goalkeeper got it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what the net we saw moving was actually the goal itself moving.
Well, Keenan will take a long throw here towards the near post. Tegenfeld-Bowman attempted to flick it on. Falls back to Keenan, who goes for goal. Not a bad effort, just over the bar. He caught all of that. Reed was comprehensively beaten, but just unlucky there from Gavin Keenan.
He's trying to call for a corner kick, but
No.
The ref's like, no.
That might do it, unfortunately.
Well, the referee is looking like it.
Yeah, they're taking their sweet time on this goal kick.
Yeah.
Vashon have made a substitution. Newcomb's out. Shrestha's in. Sent long by Reed. Referee's going to let this one continue. Keenan wins it with his chest. Brought down from that's a foul. Yep, foul on Tegenfeld-Bowman, pushing the back on Preston Guy. And now UPrep have a free kick inside the Vashon half, just by about 7 yards. And Vashon will be thinking about that last free kick when trying to defend this one.
Gave a yellow card to
Keenan for what? Dissent?
Probably verbal stuff.
Yeah.
I think he felt that it had been touched. And
That's big, though, because Keenan has to sub off.
Yeah.
And he's pretty crucial for defending these free kicks well.
Well, that last free kick they took.
Hey, JT, bring someone on.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's Giller.
Yeah, here comes Giller. I thought he'd bring on Wade. I mean, just bring on someone tall.
Look at that. They're really wrestling in there right now, huh? Yeah. Well, this guy's open, the back guy. Is that somebody's got? Oh, there. They got him.
Well, I think it's Cook, the goal scorer. No, Cook must be in the box. Someone's taking this.
They got to drop it in high and run in.
Floated forward by UPrep towards the back post over everybody and out for a goal kick. And Vashon will want to take this quickly.
Oh, he's
and Keenan, so Keenan can get back on. Giller's off. Goal kick taken quickly by Vashon. Now here's Miller.
Now they're playing a little bit of a high press here. They don't want him to get a chance to build up.
Referee didn't technically blow his whistle to allow the goal kick to be taken. Now he does.
But look how high they're playing right now.
Kampmeyer gives it to Miller. They got to get out of the back line here. Now here's Keenan. Forward for Cobb-Migater. Vashon got to push it up here. Oscar Cobb-Migater. He's got options ahead of him. Haynes making a run across. Well defended by Max Cook, who read that completely. Now here's Tooth. Couldn't get it away from Gavin Keenan. Keenan, I don't think he wants to drop it back to Kennan. He's afraid the referee's going to blow his whistle. Shrestha goes down, and it'll be a throw-in for UPrep. Shrestha, I think, considering the way the referees called this game, maybe a bit unlucky not to get a free kick. The referee's been pretty tight.
Yeah. Well, there's a bit of a scrumble on players falling over each other.
Throw-in taken by Smith. Cobb-Migater wins the header down into Thompson. Away from one, plays it across once, Connaught. Good intervention by the left back, but Connaught's won it. Now Thompson will go for goal! Good save by Reed, bobbles it, and then grabs the second effort. Haynes was barreling down, and Reed just barely gets there, and that'll do it. Vashon draw their third game in a row by a score of 1-1. It's the same score as their last two games, and this one will be the most disappointing for the Pirates. A bit of a smash-and-grab goal by the Pumas, who, on the other hand, you can see the difference in body languages between the two teams. The Pumas very happy to get out of this one with the draw, and Vashon looking a bit dejected.
Well, I think the University is a good team, but we were exceptional. I thought we were fantastic.
We were exceptional in the second half.
Yes, that's true.
And the good news is, you don't want to be exceptional only in the second half in the state game, but, third game of the season, you're still testing things out. The second half performance was the best attacking performance I've seen from us so far.
Yeah. And the whole point of the season, as you go along, you want to get better.
Right.
You want every game to build on itself because you're building towards something. You're building your team. You're building your confidence. The runs were fantastic across the midfield. Across the middle of the goal. Really good. Really good. They should be quite proud of that, and I hope that they talk about it and say what worked and why did it work. And then they just got to get a little bit better at it.
Yeah. Well, as far as player of the match, we spoiled it a bit. I thought in the second half it was more of a team performance. Everybody was good. Gavin Keenan was very good. He had a couple of incredible balls, one of them resulting in a goal. Thompson was good in the second half. Newcomb was very good in the second half. But I think based on his performance in the first half and the fact that he was still decent in the second half, it has to be Tegenfeld-Bowman.
Yeah, I agree. I was watching him and Sevi
Yeah, Debbie Giller had a great first half, but then just didn't see much of the pitch in the second half. Since Finn Kenning came on,